This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice. It's for entertainment, educational purposes only. And everything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, when I tell you, I say it every day that the data they give us is false. It's meant to give us a false narrative of the market. And the government agencies, the regulatory agencies of the United States are corrupt. Qtrade Canada are reporting 51 billion. Listen to the number. 51 billion of AMC shares outstanding. We should have known that it would take an international company to expose the fraud in the U.S. market, because it seems like every single U.S. regulatory industry is co-conspirators with these bad actors. We can't expect the SEC to help us because they take their cut of all the money they rob retail investors for. We can't expect the DTCC because they're self-regulated and they just do what they want. They have no oversight whatsoever. They police themselves. The CFTC, they are definitely not going to help us. We should have known this was going to happen, and I'm going to tell you why. When APE was released, the American brokers had no problem putting IOUs in our accounts and having us sell shares, buying shares that we didn't own. But the Canadian companies, the German companies, the English companies, the Netherlands companies or brokerages, they would not do that. They would not put shares in their clients' accounts until the DTCC actually gave them the shares. But in the United States, the law serves no purpose. The law is just not something we follow or something we're obligated to follow. It's something that these guys choose to follow when they want. When the law benefits their narrative, when the law benefits them financially, then they will follow the law. The minute the law does not benefit them financially, the minute the law does not help them move in the direction that they want, they just ignore the law. And the thing is, they can ignore the law with absolutely no consequences. And that's what makes this even more outrageous. We've been screaming hell and high water for the last 2 years of what they were doing. And the SEC knew, Gary Gensler knew, the CFTC knew, the DTCC knew, they all knew, and they let it go down because they were robbing retail investors, because they were robbing pension funds. If a 1%er was the one on the bad end of this trade, if a 1%er was on the bad end of this trade, they would have shut this down 24 months ago. But because it's the 99%er, because it's the hard-working Americans that's on the bad end of this trade, they allow them to keep robbing retail investors day in and day out. Okay? If the DOJ or the FBI or the CIA don't get involved, I'm going to be very, very surprised, because as far as I'm concerned, this fraud that's going on right now is the biggest Ponzi scheme in the history of the United States, and it puts our national security at risk. It puts our national security at risk that when our enemies know that they can come into our markets and short 51 billion counterfeit shares with no repercussions, it's just so outrageous. It's so unconscionable that I'm really at a loss for words. I'm really at a loss for words of what was revealed by Qtrade Canada. They're reporting 51.68 billion Qtrade Canada reported 51.68 billion AMC shares outstanding. That's how outrageous the corruption, fraud, and malfeasances in the market today, and all the regulatory industries are in on it. All the regulatory industries knew. Okay? There's nothing that anyone can say to me. Because with all the FTDs, with all the washing, with all the dark pool volume, day in, day out, everybody who was doing the math, if you follow my tweets, I would tweet, this is mathematically impossible unless criminal activity is afoot. I've been saying this for over a year. There's no way we can have these kind of FTDs, okay? This type of short volume every day unless criminal activity was afoot, and now Qtrade Canada has confirmed it. And it's a lot worse than we thought. We were saying 3, 5 billion, maybe 10 billion, and they were saying we are crazy. And now Qtrade Canada is reporting 51 billion counterfeit shares. Okay? Anyway, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff, and tell me what you think about 51 billion counterfeit AMC shares, and the SEC, the DTCC, and the CFTC are co-conspirators in the fraud against the American people. Have a great day. I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.